You expected a Santa Claus rally, and while it might not feel like it to a lot of people, we're actually getting it.
Well, we're getting it, certainly off the lows, it feels like a Santa Claus rally.
No, Mike said we're positive on Santa Claus.
Well, if you consider it the last 5 days, you're basically just in the money now.
Yeah, I hear you, but
the strict interpretation. Right.
Yeah, but talk to those people that have lived through the last 8 weeks.
Right.
It's been kind of ugly, right? But I actually think, part of what Santa Claus did do, and I made this point last week, was, created this opportunity, because I actually think there's huge opportunities, lots of value created. Yes, it was difficult to go through. Yes, it was painful, but in the end, I think there's a lot of value created, and that, in fact, may be the present from Santa Claus.
So it sounds like you feel like this is over. What gives you that kind of confidence?
Well, I just get this because I think that had swung way too far. The pendulum went way too far to the left. I think that when people and portfolio managers come back and everyone recognizes and realizes some of the damage that's been done and the opportunities out there, I think it protects it to the downside. And I'm looking for 2019 to kind of be, this year where we're going to get action on trade. We're going to see the Fed probably pull back. And so therefore, I think there's some underlying currents and strength that's going to help the market move ahead.
Biggest risk of 19 is trade or the Fed?
I think the biggest risk continues to be the Fed, because I think the trade thing is going to happen. Although I think the Fed's going to pull back. I know they've already said 3 instead of 4.
You mean like zero? What does pull back mean? How many hikes?
Well, so I think they're going to end up with 1 hike in 2019.
And so what's the risk there that they do more?
And I think the market, they'll continue with the roll-off of the balance sheet, which will also end up, helping to push rates higher. But physically, I think they'll only go through 1 rate hike, and I'm not sure when it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be in March. If anything, it'll probably be in the summertime.
It seems like there's a little bit of a soft consensus, Kenny, out there, even among people who thought that we would go down a lot going into the end of the year.
Yeah.
That, yes, we might have seen some kind of climactic low, but it's going to chop around a lot. The leadership is broken. How do you get anywhere near the old?
And so that's exactly right. The market will thrash because there's been such internal damage to not only the indexes, but so many individual stocks. So until those stocks find a foundation, some stability, you're going to continue to get this action. I think, though, it'll lessen over time, as it always does, and then you'll start to build this base, and then you'll have a base from which to move ahead.
You need some of these big tech stocks, right? The FANGs, which may not trade together like they had in the past anymore.
Right.
But you need them if they sort of led you down.
Right.
Don't they have to lead you back up?
I think they do have to lead you back up. I think financials have to lead you back up, but I absolutely think that you're going to start
with that.
Yeah, I think you have to start looking at which FANG stocks or which tech stocks are going to be the ones to lead us back up versus the ones that are going to continue to thrash around. But yeah, you can't throw tech out. You can't just throw it out.